shoulder popped. My shoulder popped. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel yet again. So I just finished watching episode 3 of Ahsoka. Now, I guess I did speak too soon when... But I mean, yeah, okay, I guess every episode isn't perfect, whatever, but this one is... It was very foolish to me. It's like... I don't know. I think the only part that I genuinely liked, or the only parts that I genuinely liked in this episode, was the beginning and the end. I didn't like anything in between that much. I really didn't. This episode was even shorter than the last episode. So the last episode was about like maybe 40 minutes. This one was 32 minutes or so. We just got, I don't know, whatever. I mean, you can have a short episode, but so long as it's, either fulfilling, then it's not a problem. But this episode just was not fulfilling enough for me. It wasn't. So we start off with, of course, the newly Padawan Sabine and Ahsoka, training. They're training, or Sabine is training. Sabine more so is training, but of course, yeah. Ahsoka is teaching her, and the robot is doing the demonstrations. She's practicing her form and slashes and stuff like that. And I thought that was cool. And it kind of also showed, like, yeah, Ahsoka, she knows what she's talking about. Like, she might not have became a Jedi Master in, the Republic and stuff like that, but she does know what she's doing, and she knows enough to teach someone else. And it's just like her level of skill. Like, she's just like, she did a little sparring match with Sabine, and you can kind of just see just with her movements, like, she's just like, this is all rookie stuff. Like, you can just tell, like, she's a master at what she does, and she really did learn from the best. And Sabine, yeah, she's not, apparently she's like the lowest probable person to be successful in being a Jedi in the robot's history. I swear the robot is such an ass. He's straight up like, you suck. He's like, Sabine, you suck. It was wholesome, just those moments that they had where in the training, throughout the training part of the episode, which was, I think, the first 5 to 10 minutes of it or so. But yeah, so they were trying to get Hera to communicate that they need to head over to where they were, so that they can kind of just check up on things and, I guess, yeah, make the call on that the Republic shipyard that was disguised. Well, it was disguised as a Republic shipyard, but it was a Empire, I guess, meeting ground or something like that. But they couldn't approve the mission. They didn't approve Hera's mission. So Hera's trying to communicate that with Sabine and Ahsoka, but they lost transmission because of the system that they were entering. They were jamming signals, and then they come out of hyperspace, and then they get jumped. They get jumped by Hati. No one can aim. Like, they weren't stormtroopers. They literally were not stormtroopers, but no one hit a shot. No one hit a single shot for like 15 minutes. No one. None of those ships. Even the Sith's apprentice, so Balon Skull's apprentice Hati, she was one of the main flyers, and she just was missing like nothing. And Sabine, oh, don't get me started with Sabine. Sabine, what? She might as well have just been looking up at the ceiling. The target's right in front of you, but you're just aiming up at the ceiling and not even just... Like, what? Are you serious? And then you mean to tell me there was this one sequence where she's like, oh, go ahead, dive. She goes down, they go down, and she's like, oh, I got him. She literally went and aimed up, missed every single thing. But then for some reason, when she sprays across the board, she hit 2 ships out of the 3 ships that they were being pursued by. I don't know. That's just not believable to me. That just was not something that was believable to my eyes. I'm like, there's no way that you were missing this entire time, and you mean to tell me you had a formula, you had a structure on how you were supposed to get these A-wings, or I don't know what these ships were. They weren't TIE fighters. I think they were like the Night Sister ships or something like that. I'm not too sure, but that was just a little funny to me. And then they see this ring, this hyperspace ring. And then they decide to get close enough so that the robot can scan it to see what it is and identify it, because at that point they were just like, what is that? What is that? It's a ring. Like, what is this ring though? And they went so close to it, like they didn't think that this was if they didn't know what it was, they just went up with their tiny ship in this big old ring and pursued it as if they just weren't smart. Because first of all, they didn't know if it was armed or not. They didn't even know if it was a giant ring weapon, but they wanted to get so close to the point where they literally got shot. And I thought they died. I thought that Ahsoka, Sabine, and the robot, I forgot his name, died. The way they exploded was just like, I was like, oh, are you serious? They just died like that? But no, of course, because plot armor is so strong that, of course, they're just drifting in space, and robot's battery died, and Sabine's over here trying to fix the power to the ship, and so then Ahsoka goes outside of the ship in this spacesuit with it is literally made for her because it fit her ears or whatever they're called, and everything so perfectly, and she's just outside, of course, playing defend the ship, deflecting the Night Sister ship's bullets and stuff like that, doing acrobats in space and everything like that. So I was just like, I don't know. The sequence was, it sounds like it should be cool, but in watching it, it was a little underwhelming, but it was so quick. It was such a quick episode. And then we get to the planet that they are, I guess, collecting all of the resources for the hyperspace ring. And they just land and turn off the ships and the robots so that they don't get detected. And that is literally the episode. That's the episode. And then Balon was like, send out a patrol, go search for them. They're in the forest hiding. It was very underwhelming. But with that, I mean, what would I rate this? It would be, I'm definitely going with a 6. Yeah. I jumped down 2 points. A whole 2 points. We had 8s. We had solid 8s. The last episode was a high 8, if that makes sense. But this episode was definitely like a 6. It was a 6. It wasn't all that fun, except for the beginning, just because of how wholesome that was. I enjoyed the training sequence. But the ending, it was literally just because of what I expect to come next. It's not because of how it happened for the episode. It's literally just because I want to see what happens now. It still has me in that factor where I will watch more. It's nothing that's like it took me out completely, but it just wasn't that interesting. This episode was just, it wasn't as strong as the other two. Yeah, that's about it, y'all. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Later, guys.